Hi everyone, it's Heidi from Flutter by Heidi. I'm Heidi Smith, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United Kingdom, and today I'm playing with patterns, or pattern play stamp set, and this is the suite, and you can see here the lovely 6x6 papers, 12 designs, each double-sided, so you can, next to each is this is the pair that is the reverse. So lots of lovely colours, including some purple posy, night of navy, almost going down to misty moonlight as well, and then crushed curry and calypso coral as well in there. So a real range of colours. Oh, and coastal cabana. So, but again, instead of tones, so you could almost go down to Bermuda Bay in that as well. So this is the suite. It comes with DSP and a lovely stamp set, and the fabulous Playful Alphabets dies as well. Absolute must for your stash. And I've just come up with a simple fold back card, just as a way to show you how I've used the different stamp sets to create texture on those various patterns. A couple of sentiments in here. Cue the confetti is one, and fill your day with guilty pleasures. So obviously cue the confetti could easily be used as a wedding card, but obviously fill your day with guilty pleasures I'm hoping is more of a birthday kind of thing, you know, who knows. So those are the ones I'm going to use. So I've already mounted a couple of those onto some blocks as well, and then the ribbon that I've used here is part of the ribbon combo, which is just here. So you can see you've got a wide purple posy and white, then a lovely coastal cabana. It's almost sort of heading towards iridescence, and then a very narrow night of navy ribbon, and they all layer up together, or you can use them individually, whichever you prefer. So that's the my original one, which is obviously using the coastal cabana with some night of navy to pick up those colours in the ribbon. Then I've done a little bit of double punching to add some layers onto that stamp set as well. So to start off with, then you'll need a piece of card that is 8 1/4 by 5 3/4, or 21 by 14.5. And you're going to score that at 3.5 on the long edge and 10.5, like so. I've then got some other, this is where it's really easy. I've got a scrap of Whisper White for my stamping in a moment, and then I've got some other layers which I've gone for Highland Heather to add as a contrast to the Night of Navy. And you'll see I've got 3 pieces of DSP, 4 centimetres wide, 3.5 centimetres wide, and a 3 centimetre wide, and 3 pieces of card 1/2 centimetre bigger than each of those. So you've just got 3 layers for those. And because the card's pale, I'm not going to put a lining on the inside. So the first fold, the 10.5 centimetre, or that would be 4 1/8. So the scoring for Imperial would be on the 8 1/4 inch. You'd go at 1 3/8 and then 4 1/8. I'm reinforcing in line with the fold to start off with, and then folding it back on itself just to stretch those fibres, and then giving it a good reinforce, and that just gives our fold back on the front. And you've got a choice with the fold back. You can leave it open if you wanted to. On this one I'm going to glue it down though. So I'm going to add my layers. So this one, you'll notice I haven't come all the way across because I'm gluing it down. There's no need to. So that will go on there, and each of them will go onto those panels. If you want to, oh, I didn't actually need that one. That was because it's for the centre panel, and I hadn't put a layer on the centre, as you can see there. I was suddenly wondering why I'd got a third one. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Seal and just run that down the edges, and just to create a nice narrow border. So you're getting some pretty alternating colours. With this piece, you could, if you wanted to, take it narrower and just have it on the edge, because I say I'm not doing a full layer. Does this need? This might benefit actually from that piece, I think. I take that down. Yeah, okay. So just change my mind. So on this one, I'm just changing it. So I'm going to just make it really narrow, just of 3.2. Just give a very narrow border. And then my centrepiece, which is currently 3 centimetres, I'm just going to take it down by a couple of, literally just a couple of mil. So around about 2.8. So it will depend on what colour you choose, whether you want that, whether you want that centrepiece. So the reason I'm adding it is just because it gives a little bit of definition down that centre panel. So it is only, so it's just adding, so you've still got that paler colour in the middle. It's quite a strong pattern, this one, so I'm not needing to stamp over it to create my focus panel. But these two pieces I do want to. So these are photopolymer stamps, so in order to get the best out of our photopolymer, you'll know that it's a good idea to grab a stamping pierce mat. My wider piece I'm going to stamp with my chevron. So I'm just going to come and repeat stamp all the way down the edge there. And then on this one I'm going to use my kind of little sparkles, and you could go darker if you wanted to, with some gorgeous grape. I'm just going sort of a tone darker than Purple Posy with Highland Heather. There we go. Put that to one side, and then I just thought we'd do our cue the confetti. This one I might want to go a bit darker. Let's give it a go with that. And I'm just punching out using my timeless label punch, which you can see just fits perfectly in there. So I can pop that away. And then in terms of the layers for this one, you can really sort of play with whichever colour you want, but I might go for Misty Moonlight as the sort of get those bluey tones, because in the centre of this it's not quite as dark as Night of Navy. So if I grab some of my scraps, there we go, and I'm just going to punch a couple of times. So I'll show you I might need both, I might just use one. Let's see how it goes. So we can add these layers now that we've stamped them onto our card. And you can see it sort of just changes it up just by adding that over stamping on the top. Creates just a fun effect. And then I'm just going to run that down and just give that a burnish with your bone folder so you get that pretty fold back on there. Okay, so there's two ways that we can create our layers for these. One is to cut up a label in half in both directions, and the other one is to cut it diagonally. And you'll see why I wanted my second layer as well in a moment. So all I'm going to do is just take that from the front and just add that there. So we're just sort of separating that label out just a tiny bit to create our little border. And the fourth one, like so. And you'll see on the back there, you've got that spacing. And so that doesn't obviously look terribly attractive. So I'm just going to add a second one in the misty moonlight to the back to cover that up, like so. And then I'm going to add a bit of fast fuse. I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal Plus. So this is our really tough new glue. So this is designed to hold ribbon and also our boxes, anything sort of 3D. And I'm just going to fold my ribbon. In fact, on this one I'm going to cut it into two because it's a stronger colour on the one side to the other. So I'm just going to pop my layers Seal Plus. So you can see on the one side it's a little bit paler and so it's pale on that side and slightly more defined. So I shall just add my second piece, add a bit more Seal Plus over the top, and on this one, because it's the same both sides, I can just add that to it, or I could. Might even just want to even add you could always add it with a glue dot, or you could staple it if you wanted to. But there we go. And then that's going to go over the top there. So I'm going to add sort of 3 dots really on the back there, because you want to make sure it adheres really well over the top of the ribbon, which is a little bit more challenging than just straight onto the card. So I'm just going to pop that on like so, and then just come in and trim your ribbon off. So there we have our fun fold back card. As you can see, look quite different depending on whether you go for our coastal cabana or our purple posy and Highland heather, but a bit of fun. Thanks for watching. Come back and see me again soon. Lots more inspiration on its way for this suite. This might be the last one, so you might have seen most of the inspiration. Whichever way, come back and see me again soon. Bye now.